What's going on, everybody? It is the Big Adrian, the Wolf Band of Comedy, coming back at you for another episode of Howling at Life. A lot of stuff to discuss, a lot of changes happening for sure. In studio we have Frankie the Monster. He likes to wave. That's what's So we got a little different format going on. We got to discuss a couple things, review some things for sure, make a lot of announcements going on, and we'll get into this deal and hopefully get into some topics, some catch up and stuff. But I think that there's a lot of changes that are happening. Hopefully everybody that's listening here, the year has not been that brutal to you yet. Good, but there's a lot of shit going on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of crap happening.
Yep.
But we have not been deported yet, so we're good.
Still here.
Still here.
And working.
I was born here, but, you know, right now, that certain skin color might get you fucked up, okay? So just to let you know. Coming at you at the new digs over here, right? For Howling at Life going on. A couple things I want to let everybody know. You can always follow me on any of my social media. That is Facebook, Big Adrian Lopez. Big Adrian, one word, on Facebook. You can follow me on my 3 Instagrams. Big Daddy L714. Wolf Daddy 714 for my tattoo page, or Big Adrian Comedy for my comedy page, everybody. I want to thank you to everybody on the Wolf Pack for still rocking with us, still doing what we got to doing, listening to here at Howling at Life podcast, doing what we got to be doing. There's a lot of changes going to be happening, though, so I'm going to let y'all know. That's the reason why I'm giving you my social media, so you can always follow me for updates and announcements and stuff going on, for anything that's rocking and rolling. Especially for everybody here that is watching on the YouTube channel, Big Adrian, the Wolf Band of Comedy YouTube channel. You can get all the podcasts on here. You can also get the podcasts, the older podcasts, on Spotify. Also, on the YouTube channel, you can get the Athlete. So thank you, everybody. We've reached over 200 views on Athlete, short film.
Thanks, guys.
Howling Big Productions right there. And some of my comedy and singing and all that kind of stuff, so you can always hit me up. If anybody needs to hit you up, Frankie, what is your social media, bro?
You guys can hit me up on Facebook under Franklin Portillo, or on Instagram under Franklin Portillo 82.
All right, Frankie.
Yo.
Now, the reason why I am doing this, a lot of stuff has been happening lately, and I want to kind of touch on that for a little bit, somewhere further down the podcast, because there's a lot of announcements I got to make. But one of the things I want to let everybody know is this has been a tough year. You can always reach out to me and Frankie, or anybody in the Monster Squad, or any of my guests that allow themselves to give their social media out. But especially me and Frankie, reach out to us if you're ever in any need. If you have a topic or whatever, you just want to, throw a comment on YouTube for one of the podcasts or whatever.
Yep. Please
Make sure you comment, not only on the show, but throw us a line, a message, or whatever. Fuck it, throw me some money.
yeah.
I'm recycling like a motherfucker right now. No, mom is way. So you can always reach out to us on social media. Now,
Yes.
This is the reason why I am saying that you should hold on to that social media. Tonight, after some thinking about it and stuff, I know some of y'all knew that last week, especially my consistent followers, last week we did not have a podcast. There's a lot of sickness going on, a lot of stuff happening, just couldn't get into the mix of getting the podcast going for sure. But this podcast is a little late, but there's a reason why. After some consideration, I was talking to Frankie about this, Spooky Bitch, and just thinking on my own. Howling at Life will still be on, but it will not be every week. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually doing monthly shows. Okay, so at the end of the month, you can rock and roll with us so that you can still have Howling at Life going on. There's plenty of shows in the past to go and check out on Spotify as well as on YouTube. One of the things I want to let everybody know, though, okay, please make sure that you understand that Howling at Life is still going on, but it will be once a month. So at the end of the month, we'll do like an episode. So this is the end of February 2025 episode is what we're doing. Also, the end of March, the end of April, the end of whatever. It's getting a little harder to kind of doing week to week episodes. Also, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be popping up pretty soon. I'm going to be going back for my second master's.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't want to. But I'm going to be doing a different route for myself of becoming a therapist. And that's going to take me some school, some time, some investment. But I still want to give some content and put some stuff out there on YouTube, man. So one of the things I'm going to let everybody know is we're going to be doing, at the end of the month, podcasts. All right. Now, second announcement, I want to let everybody know. We will no longer be on Spotify.
Ooh.
The last episode was the last episode to be on Spotify. You can always listen to any of the podcasts and comment and like and all that stuff. But one of the things that I found out is a lot of y'all are watching more on YouTube. So please let everybody know, share, like, subscribe on YouTube for any of the podcasts or whatever. And you can always do the same thing with Spotify. The thing is, numbers have been very low. Not too many people are listening on Spotify. There's so many podcasts and so many things happening on Spotify. It's kind of hard to get known with all the stuff, the content that's out there. But some of y'all have really been chiming in on numbers on YouTube for sure. So instead of doing two different mediums right now, we're just going to concentrate on one. And we're going to be concentrating on doing that here, right, on Spotify. We're no longer, but we will still be doing what we have to be doing for YouTube, and we're going to do it once a month. So you're still going to get content. It's not going to be every week, right? It's kind of getting harder. Even though life's been simpler, there's a lot more goals and stuff that we're kind of shooting for.
Right.
Lately, a lot of us are in the Monster Squad are kind of shooting for degrees and moving forward and all that kind of good stuff. And this year, I'm applying for my LADAC, which is my licensed counseling deal. I'm also going to be getting in there and going ahead and starting my second master's, and there's a lot of stuff. Also, just to let everybody know, Howling Big Productions LLC will no longer be around, but Howling Big Productions still will. So Howling Big Productions will still be going on. I don't want to be paying the state to fucking have a business that I'm not going to make no money with right now. But Howling Big Productions is still around. Yes. We will be making a few short films this year. I also want to get into doing more open mics, so I'm going to start doing that in March. I got a Instagram page that has the OC mics, open mics in OC.
Oh,
so every day of the week. So I'm going to start doing some of that. So the Wolfman is going to start getting busy is what's going to happen. Fuck, I'm already tired. So we're going to have this again, bro. So getting a license for counseling, starting my second degree to start my therapist track, also getting some open mics in, doing the 2 movies. Fuck, I'm gonna be busy. This is the reason why these changes are happening. I really did think about letting go of the podcast. The thing is, I didn't feel right about it. I still want to get a podcast, at least if it's once a month, coming out to y'all. So just to let you know, that's going to be happening. So podcast no longer will be on Spotify. It will be once a month on YouTube. You can still like, subscribe, share. There's plenty of content on both. Okay, you can always go back and listen. It's just there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening. All right. Plus, let's get real. It's kind of hard to kind of get Frankie over here all the time. So, but you know, it's better to kind of review the month and just see what the good parts are going on and what's happening. I wanted to be able to do that for y'all for sure. And kind of do some change on there. So there's a couple things changing. This weekend I'll be heading away actually to my resort. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to start jotting some notes down for the next films. I'm going to start doing some storyboarding for the next films. The short films that are coming out, Playground, as well as Sweater. That's what's going to happen. So there's a couple of deals that are coming out. So a lot of stuff's going to be happening, y'all. I'm hoping that everybody's still rocking and rolling with us for sure. And thank you for the people that have. And please like and subscribe and share this motherfucker so we can get some people up in here. Yes. But hey, life's going to start getting busy, but we still want to be a part of y'all's lives. All right. So that's why we're doing this. Make sure you tell me how much time is on that red thing that we've already recorded, all right? How much time is on it?
9:52.
How much?
9:54.
Sweet. All right, cool. Just was asking Frankie how much time was already recording because I'm not recording it on the audio anymore, so I can't keep track. So we're just kind of doing things a little bit different, all right? That's all we're trying to do, but we're still being there. So we want to get into this a little bit right now. Those announcements are done, but there's also one more announcement. Look at me.
Ooh, one more.
Hey, you remember the times when I would always have these announcements? It'd be like 20 minutes of shit because I was a part of so much crap. I kind of feel the same way. Stuff's happening, which is, I feel good about it. So I'm howling at life, bitches. All right, so that's what's happening. Now, For anybody, I will be performing, getting back into some comedy, y'all. Of course, I'm going to be doing some open mics starting this next month coming up in March. But kind of hard to let you know what's happening where I'm going to do that, right? You just kind of have to be up and about. But I'm going to be recording that content, and it will be on YouTube. So just stay tuned, y'all. You'll see the Wolfman of Comedy back in action, everybody. So I'm going to try to give you at least one video a month. That's my goal. If I shoot for more, then I'm rocking and rolling. Hopefully my Monster Squad can go with me because they're usually late nights. Now, one of the things is, though, April 4th, it's a Saturday, okay? April 4th, Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. And me and some of my comedians will be performing at the Garden Grove Alano Club, okay?
Ooh.
April 4th. Let me make sure because that sounds kind of fucking made up. So I'm going to let y'all know. April 4th, yes. April 4th, 7 to 9 p.m. Me and my comedians will be going on there. I haven't been on stage in a minute, y'all. So, man, I have a lot of the chamber.
Yes.
That's why I got to go to open mics. There's a lot I got to talk about for sure.
A lot of ammunition.
A lot of ammunition, man. So April 4th, Garden Grove Alano Club, 7 to 9. Me and my comedian friends will be there. Free show. Please come in and support and come through. Again, I will be recording any of the comedy that I do and stuff like that. But it'd be nice to have you there live if you're here in Orange County. Yes. If you're available that night, please come through. Free show, Garden Grove Alano Club. Come support everybody. Just tell me when we get to like the 50 mark. No. I'm very excited, bro. I haven't been, and it's a Friday night, so 7 to 9. So.
I know I was gonna say it's been a minute since I've seen him in action. It's been what I think almost a year.
It'll be a year.
It'll be a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last one, man, it was big. It was funny. I'm hoping that this one is.
I got 2 months to get ready, bro. I got 2 months to lose some weight and get back into action, dog. So that's my goal.
Yeah, man. So we're excited, man. I'm excited. It's a lot of fun, man. Hey, man. Any free shows, man. Come to it, man. It's a blast, man. You just go up for the ride, man. Trust me.
Yeah, come and support y'all. And that's for anything, especially these free things. If there's free concerts in the park, which with this move, I found out that, hey, bro, so I got this Anaheim, the city of Anaheim events and shit, right? Okay, that. So apparently there's like concerts in the park and shit that they'll be doing. Disneyland puts them on in Anaheim, right?
Okay.
So I think in August, every Saturday or something, they're gonna have free concerts, and I think the first one's like a tribute to Salinas.
Oh,
and so it says anything for Salinas concert, and then the next one's a Michael Jackson one, the next one's the Beatles one, the next one's a No Doubt one, and they're having like stuff like that in Anaheim. So I'm like, I'm gonna be part of that shit, dog.
Yeah. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So anytime you can support your local artist, man, please come out.
Yes,
for sure. I greatly appreciate it. But I'd like to see some of y'all there and give some hugs and pictures and stuff for that, for sure. Okay. Also, at some point, just to let you know, the Wolfman's probably gonna be starting to do some hopeful auditions for some movies and stuff, like just regular in general. On top of everything else, why not add some more shit? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening this year, y'all. I hope that you attack this year.
Yes.
The beginning of this year hasn't really been that great, though, man. There's been a lot of shit that's been happening. It's been dragging. Whatever the fuck this president's doing, he's doing his thing. But the one thing I do agree with Trump, bro, he wants to give us all $5,000. So I'll take that shit like a month. I'll pay myself orange for that shit, dog, right now. Yes. That'll help out a brother. Just let him know.
I'll take that money too.
Yep. But there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. I know there's a lot of ODs and deaths that have been occurring. Our hearts and prayers are for anybody that's dealt with a loss so far this year.
Yep.
It's the beginning of the year. We're not even in the third month yet, man. It's been kind of brutal for some people, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been a tough journey, man. I know me and him, we talked about some stuff. We had a couple losses in the beginning of this year, man. It was just crazy,
Yeah.
Personally, I have experienced one of them, of a family member of my immediate family, lost, and a coworker, man, passed away, not too long ago, man. And so, like he said, man, it's just barely the beginning of this new year, 2025, and we're experiencing death already, man. So we're in for the ride for the year, but we're also too, we got to know that, we got to take a step back and realize that, what's going on in life, and just, we got to keep going, but at the same time, take a step back and also realize, enjoy the moment, man.
Yeah, and I agree with that, bro. I'll give you the applause on that for sure, man, because it's been a year.
Yes.
I think that's why it was so important, bro, that I was realizing a lot of stuff in life that's going on, and I was like, man, maybe I should stop doing the podcast. I don't know. I'm always thinking about that, but it's always just time. I love doing the podcast. I love talking. I love putting some content out there for anybody that listens, whatever. Yeah. Hopefully somebody, gets it. But I think that I didn't want to disconnect completely, bro. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on, and there's a lot of stuff that I could say, and there's a lot of hopefully some knowledge, some joy, some comfort that this podcast could get to some people or whatnot, man. That's what I'm hoping for sure. But at the same time, it's like, we got to continue howling, y'all. You know what I mean? I mentioned it before, wolves howl for different reasons. You just got to find a reason to keep howling. You know what I mean? And if you ever need to reach out to us, for sure, please don't hesitate to reach out us out on our social media. We'd love to hear from you. I'd love to help you through things and whenever you need it. I'll give an applause for that. Yeah. The reason I was saying that, bro, so like one of my brothers, right? One of my brothers in recovery, man, he was going through a loss. Like, I've known 3 deaths that happened this last week, and almost a 4th one happened. I didn't tell you about this.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I was here at the new pad. We were grilling, having a great time. The dogs were playing and shit. His dog, my dog. And they got along, which is great. You know what I mean? And I was able to tattoo a little bit. We got to eat, chop it up and stuff. And it was really great, man. You know what I mean? I've been really needing that right now, going through my transition of, where I'm at. But it was really interesting, man, because while I was like the end of the night kind of deal, right? Everybody's kind of starting to say goodbye. I got a phone call. And then I got a message on Instagram, one of my older clients. And, she was kind of dealing with some shit, man. You know what I mean? Another client that I worked with that is her friend was ODing on the phone.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? And she was messaging me. She goes, what do I do? And I was like, call 911, try, whatever, try to keep him on the phone, try to keep him breathing, try to keep him talking, right? And she's like, well, we don't know where he's at. He's on the phone, but he's like gargling, it's like nice choking. So I was trying to be like, well, I was trying to help her out. Well, I was trying to help out somebody else, and while I'm helping out somebody else at the same time. And it was brutal, man. Luckily the kid got into a detox. I'm hoping that everything's cool. Wow. But, a lot of people don't understand that, the reason why we continue to howl at life is because we're still in life, right? There's a lot of people that are fast tracking life.
Oh yeah.
Or a lot of people that are just kind of passing away, man. And it's not that easy to howl, man. Sometimes you do need comfort. Sometimes you do need support. And I think that it's it's 2025, y'all.
Yes.
We gotta stop knocking off that fucking pride and ego, man, to not let people fucking help us out, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not getting any fucking younger, man. To be honest with you, we're time's kind of rocking and rolling, dude. You know what I mean?
Honestly, yeah, it is.
And I think that it's in this year, everybody. I'm hoping that you can put down your ego and pride and ask for help and support. And if it's hard for you to ask for that, maybe you need to start trying to figure out a different way where you can open yourself up for some assistance. Because one of the things that I realized, bro, and no lie, man, is like, we've known each other a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like a long time. I think we've known each other for what, like 15 years already?
Yes, bro.
Something like that.
Yes.
And, we've known a lot of people that have struggled. You know what I'm saying? We've known a lot of people that, want to give up. And we've known a lot of people that
have given up.
Right? And it's not easy, okay, to keep howling. But it is easier if you allow yourself the assistance and support that you need. Some people actually have a problem with the word help. Yes. That's what I realized, bro.
Yeah.
Some people have a problem with the fucking word help. And I understand it. I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, why is that word help putting a barrier on certain people, bro? You know what I mean? Why are they putting... Like, let's get real. I reached out to my Monster Squad because I was going through some shit. Sexy Sasquatch was going through some shit. I know Spooky Bitch is always going through some shit. You're going through some stuff. We're all going through stuff. And it's not all bad stuff, right? No, it's just stuff, right? You go through stuff. Exactly. Life happens that way, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I was saying, like, I need my Monster Squad to hang out. We got the new pad. We got new this. We're kind of situated already, bro. Like, I need that, right?
Yes.
And, I didn't have any fear in saying that, though, right? I didn't have no ego and pride in being like, hey, you know what? I need my people around me, dog. You know what I mean? And I think that I've noticed that, whenever I go to the movies, or like you were mentioning, we got to have game night. We got to go to movies and whatever. You know what I mean? Even if it's here at the pad, bro, we can put on a movie. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a deal. And I think that, don't get me wrong, we have our movie passes, though, so, you know what I mean? But I think that, sometimes, how many times have we been like, hey, bro, we need to have a movie night. We need to have a game night. We need to hang out or whatever, right? Yes. The reason why I'm saying that is because I need help. I need my support. I need my assistance around, bro. You know what I mean? And it's so important, right? Like for you, Frankie, you know, how important have you seen? Well, how hard is it for you to ask for support and help, bro?
You know, one thing that, you know, I'll piggyback on this is that he was talking about, you know, we felt kind of disconnected. And honestly, you know, these last 2-3 weeks that, you know, I was sick and I wasn't here for the podcast, honestly, I felt disconnected, man. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, I felt, it wasn't weird. It felt like it was off. To me, what it is, it felt like I already had a routine going on and then it just stopped. And then like it threw me off, you know, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm like, it's Sunday, I should have been at sponsors, you know, but then I was like, wait a minute, bro, I'm fucking sick, you know, I can't, like I barely get off bed, you know, but honestly, you know, the really truth is that, you know, for me, you know, a year, 2 years ago, it was fucking hard to ask for help, man, because I let my pride and ego get in the fucking way, okay, you know, the biggest thing for a man is that, you know, we let our pride, I'm not gonna ask for help, I can do this shit on my own. No, I've learned that, you know, everybody needs help, whether it is financially, emotionally, physically, whatever. We all need help. We all struggle. You know what I mean? To me, you know, I feel that, you know, it's always good to have the support because of the fact is at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You might, spot and check your day and be like, well, what did I do today wrong? Or what did I do today to better, you know? And when you have that monster squad and you have that group of friends around you, you know what I mean? You can check in with them and be like, hey, man, you know, this is what happened today. I'm feeling awful. You know what I mean? And you get that spot check, you know? For me, I think it's very important to have that group of friends that you can rely on and actually trust somebody and these people and actually be like, hey, man, you know what? I'm not fucking feeling okay today, you know, and bounce around. You know, he does it all the time. I mean, we have a group chat going on, and we bounce ideas off each other all the time, man. Because sometimes, sometimes we may not feel what we're doing is right, and we might need a support and might ask, hey, am I doing this right or no? You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what's so funny that you mentioned it too, bro?
Yeah.
The reason why I fucking was like, hey, we need to get together, because I noticed that fucking that group chat motherfuckers, these guys didn't fucking answer for a motherfucking minute.
Yeah.
It's been like a week. I was like, nah, you motherfuckers,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know, y'all need to fucking like answer, motherfucker. But I noticed, I think it was last week on Wednesday and last week on Thursday, then I hadn't heard nothing.
Yeah.
For some bullshit. And I was like, man. Hell no, man.
Yeah.
Because we never know, you know what I mean? Like from one day to the next, some shit might be wrong, you know what I'm saying? Or something might happen and you kind of never know. So like really when we check in with each other, I know everybody's there, but also we get to see where everybody's at. Like, hey, maybe we need to have a fucking night where we hang out.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to have a potluck night or a fucking whatever, or get together, or hey, fucking let's go walk to the park and just chill, dog, you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think that it's very important to do that. But let me ask you, Frankie, because you were kind of mentioning on some stuff, man. Why do you think, like, for people, it is hard? Like, what do you think they associate asking for help with?
For me,
Which is great, because I'm going to talk to my clients about this tomorrow. This is some good shit.
Yeah, it is. Good information. I honestly think, you know, for people, it's hard to to ask for help, and they struggle with the word help. And I think it's because either they have past trauma, they've been fucked before over by people, you know what I mean? They have trust issues, you know what I mean? It can be all sorts of things, you know? So sometimes, you know, people take that into consideration and be like, well, I've been fucked over in the past, and I don't know if I can do it, you know? You know, taking from perspective, I had a trust issue in the beginning of my, journey of recovery. I was like, how am I going to open up to another fucking man and tell him my deepest, darkest secrets? You know what I mean? But in doing that, I was able to help and rely on to somebody else, and they were able to take my inventory and help me out with it, you know? And sometimes that's what people need, but in reality, I feel like people struggle with the trauma behind it, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay, so I like that you said that. I like that you said that, right? Because I like this, right? So.
Yeah.
Just remind me of the time, because I know that I don't have my fucking timer here.
Yeah. We're good so far.
All right. But you said something about right now when you were talking about it, bro, right? About the past. There's trauma or hurt from the past, right? So psychologically, what happens is we bottle up,
Shut down.
we shut down, we put everything in a vault, and we're like, oh, I don't know, right? So okay, so that's one of them. Okay, it could be the past, right? Now, I'm gonna let everybody know if that's one of the reasons why it's hard for you to ask for assistance, support, or help, right? Because of your past, you've been screwed over. You gotta understand something. At some point, okay, you gotta get back out there and try to open up and rebuild trust. Okay? Now, this is the reason why. There's been plenty of stories, facts of people that have fallen on their motorcycles, on their bicycles, whatever. Not me. I have a trike. Can-Am trike.
Yes.
That shit don't fucking move nowhere. But I remember when I was going with Sexy Sasquatch and Spooky Bitch and stuff, and we were going to go hiking, right?
Okay.
There was a guy that had my Can-Am. He was going up the hill and he had turned it over. I don't know if he like ramped it or whatever the hell happened, or he broke and he was like, "Oh shit, I don't know what happened," right? But it's pretty rare that I think that can happen if you're in tune.
Okay.
But let's get real. How many times have you fallen when you were a kid, scraped your knee, got back up, and kept fucking walking? Okay, let's get real. A lot of us have fallen when we were kids. It didn't mean you were gonna stop fucking walking.
Oh no.
Okay, and the same thing like if you ever went to go swimming, if you had a bad fucking deal, you thought you were drowning, never again, you got right in the pool the next fucking time. You did the same. A lot of motorcycle riders will do the same thing. People that have traumas, right? Fear stops them from trying again. Okay. But if you think about it, right? A lot of people that have had really bad things going on to them, bro, have gotten back on the horse and ridden again.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what was that one chick that was a surfer and she got her arm like chopped off by a shark?
Yeah.
She fucking became a professional surfer with one arm, dog.
One arm, yeah.
She was hanging 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
No lie, it's just fucking funny. But at the same time, it's like, why do we let that fear stop us from trying? There might be somebody that you can rebuild trust with to really fucking rewire your thinking to let you know that not everybody is fucked up in the world. I'm not saying you gotta trust everybody, bro. Because even me, when I first started with my sobriety, you know, I asked the guy to be my sponsor, and I told him straight out. He goes, "Call me every day for a month." And I went, "I don't trust you. I don't trust you, bro." Right? And he goes, "Okay." Like I think I scared him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, "Well, I'm being honest though, dog. Like, you know what I mean? I had an issue with trust as well, because of hurt, harm, all the traumas, all, you know, scars, and you know all the things that I've gone through." But I knew that I had to start somewhere. Look, if you're going to start rebuilding trust because it's hard for you to ask for help and you got to start trusting one person, start with one person.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to trust them completely. You don't have to fucking tell them your deep, darkest secrets. But kind of put an application process on this motherfucker, right?
Yep.
Get that person where you can start building a little bit of trust. And get that person and be like, you know what? I'm going to call you and see how you are. I'm going to try you out a little bit, right? Not because you're trying to fuck them over, but just trying to see, like, can I rebuild trust? Give them about a quarter of your trust. Don't give them the whole fucking $100.
Right.
Start at a quarter at a time, nickel at a time, penny at a time. Start with some change. Right. And see how they are. See how they roll. Some people might surprise you, man, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some people might surprise you. So what would be for you another thing, bro? What would be another reason for help? I have one, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people asking for help sounds like a weakness.
I was gonna say. Yep.
Not that I'm cheering at that. I'm just saying I found another reason why it might be hard for people to ask for help, right?
Yeah.
Some people might associate asking for help equals weakness, right?
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever thought about that with yourself, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Because I know I have. You know, I feel like I want to do everything on my own. Mm-hmm. If I can't do it on my own, I'm weak, and you know, all this fucking pride and ego shit comes on. So really, if that's one of the reasons why it's hard for you to ask for help because you feel like you're weak or you're a punk or whatever the hell you're going on, you got to check your pride and ego on that shit. You know what I mean? I think it's a pride and ego issue. I don't know what you think, Frankie, but I think that's what I think.
Honestly, I agree with you. I think it's a big about pride and ego. You know, I think the biggest thing is that, you know, people don't want to look stupid in front of other people. They're embarrassed. They don't want to look like they're weak. They don't want to look like they can't finance their, their finances. You know what I mean? And it's not, none of those things. It's just the fact that like I said, sometimes unexpected financial situations shit happens, and you never know what can happen. You know, and it easily happens to everybody.
Well, I think and you talk about finances, bro, and I'll be honest with you. Like, if I have to borrow money, I get it. But at the same time, if you can get humbled enough to ask for help, let's just say finances, it's just the easiest one.
Yeah.
If you have to ask for help, right? Cool. Don't put in your brain that that's how it's going to be all the time.
Yes.
You're asking for help for one shot. That means you're trying to get on your ass, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
A lot of people, they think it's a sign of weakness to ask for help because they think it's like a repeated behavior. It's always going to happen. I don't know. I'm never going to get better. Blah, blah. hey, dude, like, if I ask you for help, and it's very rare I ask for help, especially finances, right? I'll work 2 jobs. I'll fucking sell plasma. I don't fucking donate plasma, recycle, bro, tattoo, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody always tells me, like, you have a lot of revenues. Yeah. It's not constant, motherfucker, so stop bullshitting.
It's a hustle.
It's a side job. Right? But, I think the thing is, it's like, whenever I think that I'm gonna, for asking for help is very hard, right? I think that I always feel like it's a sign of weakness because I feel like I'm gonna be dependent on people.
Yes.
Like I gotta depend on people. And it makes me feel like I'm not a good enough provider, human, right? I don't know if that kind of rings to you, bro.
No, it goes through my head the same way. Exactly like he said, you feel like you're unworthy, you can't do it on your own, that, you know what I mean, that you're not smart enough to, correct your finances or whatever the situation is. But in reality, it's like, you're asking for help, like he said, it's just to get on your feet, try to get ahead, in life, not that you're going to depend on this person for the rest of your life,
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, and there's another reason, right? I think there's another reason, so I'm going to kind of drum roll this one, right?
Yes.
I think a third reason why it's hard for people to ask for help is because they're afraid of how they'll look in other people's eyes.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Don't you think that could be the case for some people, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think, for some people, it can get to that point because they either, like I said, those people either are going to make fun of them or they're going to be like, well, what's going on in your situation? You know what I mean? And sometimes, you don't want to let people know about your situation or whatever, or they're embarrassed. But you know what? You have nothing to be embarrassed about, man. You know what I mean? The embarrassed part you should be is not asking for help. You know what I mean? At least I would feel like that.
I think that, a lot of people have a need for validation.
Oh, yeah.
An expectation on themselves, right? And, we're all human beings.
Sure.
When I was studying for I think it was my bachelor's or maybe it was my master's actually, the first one that I did, because I'm going to go for my second one, right?
Yes.
I was studying about old cultures. We had to learn about cultures, right? Because of, we had to learn how to cultural diversity. That was the class, and we had to learn about different cultures in the past.
Right.
And I'm very amazed at Native American, not only because we have some in our family, right, in our bloodline, but just the culture and the values of community, right, and stuff like that's why they always say it always takes a village.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It takes a village to raise a child. Mm-hmm. And they would talk about like a lot of times with Native American cultures how much that they would be like a tribe or a clan or something, man, and everybody had their part, right? Everybody was trying to. It was a betterment for the tribe or whatever, right? And I think the thing is that a lot of people worry about what other people think. Everybody has their place, though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not everybody's supposed to be president. Not everybody's supposed to be a fucking actor. Not everybody's supposed to be funny. Not everybody's supposed to be fucking fit. Not everybody's supposed. You know what I'm saying? We all have our different places, just like pieces on a chessboard, bro.
Oh.
We're not all kings and queens, so stop fucking telling your kids that bullshit. God dang it! Some of them are pawns, and that's very cute because there's a lot of pawns on the fucking board. They're really good. Yeah. Okay, they can become queens, but let's get real. They get eaten a lot, but at the same time. We have to be able to learn and be able to be confident with what our part is, right? Ooh. In life, in our roles, in our households, in our community, in the world, right? Too many people trying to be TikTok stars. I'm like, dude, you don't got shit, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people on OnlyFans page. I get it, dog. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people podcasters. I get it. Mm-hmm. I'm not thinking I'm getting famous on this. I love when people ask me, how much you get paid for that podcast? I go, I give Frankie water. You know what I mean? But I think that, when people start thinking about how they look in other people's eyes, right?
Yeah.
They have a fear of being judged.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one, too.
You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, like, whenever I had to go for assistance or EBT or welfare, right now I'm donating plasma, so it's the same shit. And it's like, I feel like, I wonder how people are going to see me, bro. But then I'm like, I don't give a fuck when I'm walking out with the money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So why should you care walking in? You know what I mean?
My kids don't give a fuck where that $100 comes from, bro. You know what I mean? It's like $20 is $20, dog. You know what I mean? Yep. Don't get any ideas, Frankie. But I think that that fear of how we look to other people, bro. Right? I think that shows a lot about how you look about yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not confident with you, you're only going to go off of how other people view you or they think about you, right? And so it stops you from like, I don't know if I want to ask for help because they might think of this about me and that about me and whatever. It's like, look, all of us at some point need help. I think you hit the nail on the head when it comes to like either emotional, financial, some way, shape, or form, bro. Yes. Right? There is a need that I need help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be major or whatever, but sometimes it's how that, you know, we fear what people are going to think about us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even when I was homeless, bro, or like when I was struggling, you know, with drugs and stuff, I remember having to panhandle, man. You know what I mean? Like ask for some money, and that wasn't a ball of fucking wax either, bro. You know what I mean? Like that kind of was a struggle as well. Like, I'm not gonna think about it, but you know, what's the bigger picture, the bigger goal? I've gone to food banks before, even with the job and whatever. It's like, you know, there's very thin lines of like, I could do this, and it's like, hey, bro, but like, I need to do this. You know, this got to get handled, man. This got to get done. Plus, trying to do it the legal way, healthy way. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do some bullshit where it's an easy come up, and then I'm screwed for 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But I think that a lot of people have that issue, man. How people think.
I think so too. You know, and you know, I think is, you know, in the world that we live in today, you know, we're getting judged no matter what, you know what I mean? Like, I've learned that, you know, you're not going to please everybody in the world, you know, and that was one of my defects, was people pleasing, you know, and so I had to learn and realize that, you know what, I'm not going to make everybody happy in the world, you know, and so be it, fuck it, you know what I mean? What matters is how I move forward and what I'm capable of doing today to help somebody else, you know?
That's right, my boy. Frankie the monster dog up in that bitch. Frankie the Monster coming out with some heat, baby. God dang it. No, but I think, you know what it's a trip. Because talking about this, especially this last one, right? Yes. Wondering what people think. Yeah. Great segue, by the way, I'm going to do. I saw a movie last week with Spooky Bitch, Unbreakable Boy. I was talking to you about this.
I got to see it.
For anybody here, it's the guy that does Shazam, right?
Great actor, by the way.
Yeah, great actor. But actually, I never thought he was a great actor.
Really?
No, he's a comedy guy, whatever. But I didn't feel like he had a lot of range, right? Okay. I think it's Zachary Levi. Yeah. I didn't think he had a great range. I was like, okay, he's a funny guy. Okay, he's a good-looking guy. He's a funny guy. Right. This fucking movie though blew me out of the water. I was like, this motherfucker can act, bro. Okay. You know what I mean? Because the same thing happened with that dude from The Office that started in The Quiet Place. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I could see like his range, but this guy never did nothing other than comedy though. Right? Yeah. This movie, Unbreakable Boy, kind of talks about this topic or this last part of the topic, right? Where we're talking about where some of us fear how we're judged. Now, Zachary Levi plays a dad, and apparently his wife has some kind of condition. The son gets the condition. They found out later that the son is autistic, and this motherfucker is like a ball of joy, dog. He knows what he's got and he owns it, bro. He's like, yeah, hey everybody, high fives everybody in school, and it's just, man, he don't give a fuck, dude. It's like he wears his funny hats or whatever, and to him, that's their thing. Man, what I need to re-see the movie, bro, because you
gotta go, man, because now I'm getting emotional.
Man, I'm telling you right now, big dog, like it was crazy, dude, to be able to see somebody own who they are. Yes. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, a lot of kids own who they are. They don't stop owning who they kind of let go of who they are as they grow up. Yeah. But as kids, they don't give a shit. Like, look at that movie with Adam Sandler, Big Daddy, dude. Frankenstein, right? That motherfucker named himself Frankenstein.
Yo.
Ate all these packets of ketchup, spitting loogies, fucking dressed himself all fucked up.
That's the You
know what I mean? And he was like, this is me. You know what I mean? Yep. And I don't know, something happens when we grow up, big dog, that we kind of start worrying about. We need a validation, acknowledgement, you know what I mean? And I need somebody to like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, you know, not to interrupt you, but
go ahead.
I think you're right, and I think, again, man, you know, I could be wrong, whatever, you know, you might think this or not, but I think the world that we live in is the social media that we live in today, you know, because like you said something, you know. Kids now, you know, kids own what they own, you know, how they are. Because I see my nephews, when they're playing around, they don't give a fuck who they are. They're playing, you know, Batman, now Spider-Man, you know what I mean? But I feel like, you know, when we're kids, we have so much creativity. And as we're getting older and growing up, we lose that creativity because we start seeing what's outside of the world. You know what I mean?
You know what's a trip too, bro? Like when my kids were growing up, that's one of the things that I always told them. They always wanted like the iPad, the iPhone.
Yes.
Blah, blah. I always told my kids I will never buy you technology. My stepdaughter, I got her a phone or whatever the fuck, but she was like already 16, 17. The saddest part is when kids, I remember when my dad bought my son a phone, right? My oldest son.
Yeah.
He bought him a phone, and I was like, he's 11. He goes, well, just in case. I'm like, if somebody tries to steal that motherfucker, he's huge, dog. You know what I mean? Like, as a kid, that motherfucker was, he had some meat on him, bro.
Yep.
I was like, and he knew how to fight, bro. Like, he knew how to fight. And I remember that my dad bought him the phone, right? I said, look, I'm going to let you give him that phone, right? Because I'm the dad, you're the grandpa. I'll let you give him the phone. But if anything happens to it, you cannot get pissed off at him because you gave that phone to an 11-year-old.
Yep.
Okay? Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? He goes, oh, yeah. No. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You cannot get mad if this 11-year-old does not know how to deal with a fucking $500 motherfucking phone. And this was like 15 years ago, bro, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I'm like, so he goes, all right, we agreed, cool. Sure enough, my dad's like, asking my son, like, I think it was like weeks or months later, where's your phone? I can't find it. What? I go, you can't get mad, right? That was the deal. He goes, all right. I go, well, let's try to find it, whatever. My son was playing with the phone outside.
Oh.
He left it outside in a chair, foldable chair.
Oh.
It had rained that night.
Oh, shit.
So the phone was in that butt crease of the foldable chair, and the water had collected, so it was sitting in a puddle.
Oh.
And I was outside. I said, well, let's look. I said, where's the last time you seen it? I said, I think it was outside. I said, let's look outside. And I looked at I looked at the chair, bro, and I'm like, I had the biggest smile on my face, big dog, because I'm like, I knew it was going to happen,
right?
I knew this shit was going to happen. So I looked at the phone. I went, found it. So I picked it up. It's all. I'm like, fuck. I go, I found it. And where I was, I was outside. I was sitting in a puddle of water on the chair. My dad goes, what? I go, I told you.
Yep.
And he goes, okay. We just won't do that again for a while. I said, okay. I told, bro, come on. Some of these people, some of these babies have iPads and iPhones and Bluetooth and whoop-de-whoop. And to be honest with you, bro, they're so connected with everything that they're disconnected with themselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now I got to worry about all, like you said, all this other shit.
Yep.
And as we get older, let's get real. I can ask you for life on Candy Crush. Even if I can ask you for a life fucking hack or a life help.
Yep.
You know, like, yeah, man, help me in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a deal.
Yep.
I can be like, hey, man, come on, bro. Like and subscribe, dude. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're 7. You got nothing for me, bro. Right?
Right.
But if I really needed some help in real life, if I really needed something that came down, so hard for me, bro. So hard as an adult, especially as an adult, when it should be easier as an adult.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we know what the weight of that is, bro. We know what's responsible for that shit. We know like what's cracking with it and all that kind of stuff. So it's really weird that people have that, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, we're adults, man. We got kids, responsibilities, life to howl at. We got all sorts of shit, dreams and goals or whatever. If you don't have none, well, fuck it. You at least maybe just get to tomorrow. Fuck it, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, you might need fucking some assistance and support to get there, though, man.
Yes.
If you're trying to do everything on your own, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a whole fucking boat full of motherfuckers rowing that some bitch, because me rowing on my own, my arms gonna get tired, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what I think, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it took me a while to understand that, dude. But at some point, I always need help with something, bro.
Yes, dude. You know what I mean? It's you know, I agree. You know, we always need help in anything that we do. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine, like, if you were to move in here by yourself, you know, and had none of us help us? You know what I mean? You would have been done, you would have not been done like in a couple of weeks, man. You would have been taking.
Bro, if I could
forever.
move in here by myself, bro, I'd make it a meth lab. That's the only way I could do it, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I have a table.
Yep. One table. That's
One
it.
table, that's it, and a chair.
And one. Yep.
And the chair don't even go with the table, dog. You know?
Yes. You know, but I definitely, you know, agree with them. You know, we all need help at some point. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was watching earlier a movie, you know, and it was some movie back in ancient times. You know, and you were talking about rowing a boat. You know, this guy didn't fucking, you know, try to take over the world, or Rome. I think I was watching Gladiator too. He had people rowing the fucking boat for him. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I saw that.
Yeah.
Gladiator 2 was all right. I'm not gonna lie. It was actually pretty good,
It was
bro.
good,
I'm so against it, dude. For sure.
But like he said, you know what I mean? We all need help at some point. You know what I mean? It's just I feel like help. It should be. It's something that it comes out of us naturally. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people make help like a big old thing. Like fuck, like it's gonna struggle to ask for help when honestly, like you said, help should be something that we do as an adult and it should come natural and easy.
I agree, bro. But I think the thing is, like I said before, right? Because I've done a group about this shit. Sometimes what we do, like in our brains, right? We associate certain words. We connect certain meanings to certain words, right?
Yeah.
Like surrender, right? We've heard that in meetings, programs, whatever. Yeah. But when everybody hears the word, some people hear the word surrender, it throws a certain like, oh, it means this.
Oh yeah.
Fear means this. Strength means this. Weakness means this. Asking for help means this, right? And I think a lot of people don't understand that we have to change that as adults. We have to change that now. It's 2025, dude. We're finding out all sorts of shit about P. Diddy, fucking Trump, fucking
kinds of shit.
Fucking Mexicans that aren't Mexicans getting deported. I mean, fuck, dog. Like, I even Chino de su madre, güey. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sorry. Trump. Damn, that sucks. There's a lot of stuff that we're realizing, whatever, but I think the thing is that a lot of people don't realize that the word the phrase asking for help, right? It might trigger something in here that says don't, right? Mm-hmm. It could be from your childhood, it could be from traumas, it could be from anything really, but at the same time, we're trying to reach our future, and why are you letting the past stop you from getting to your future?
Ooh.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we're all gonna struggle, but why you gotta make the struggle so fucking hard, though, dog? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're all gonna struggle. We all do it, right? To pay the bills. Like, after this, I'm gonna fucking pay my bill, my rent for the first time. The new pad. After the payment thing, right? And it's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, sometimes you gotta, like, humble yourself and be like, all right, check this out. Hey, I had this, I think it was last week, bro. I was with Spooky Bitch and I was filling out the application for my licensing for the counseling thing, right? And I thought it was gonna be easy, but I was like, I need all this. I was like, oh fuck. But before it started, I started noticing I was getting anxious, bro. I popped in a nicotine pouch and I was like, no. So I had Spooky Bitch sit with me and said, hey, can you just sit with me and help me? She goes, I don't know how to help you with this. And I said, you just sitting with me will be enough. I'm not expecting to know anything. I kind of need someone to be here while I'm doing it. Okay. Some people, you got to understand something. You might have a certain thing that connects that phrase asking for help with something like negative, right? Yeah. But also, you might not understand what type of help you fucking need.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right? Because for me, I don't need nobody to fix my problems. I don't need nobody to tell me what the fuck to do. Sometimes I just need somebody to be like, give me a different perspective. Yeah. Sometimes I just need somebody to just fucking give me like, hey bro, it's gonna be all right. You're gonna be good, right? It's gonna be all right, my boy,
yes.
Right? It doesn't mean it's gonna take away your problem, but at least they'll maybe give you the support or assistance to help you want to face that problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what I think, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like I said, sometimes depending on the help that you need, like you said, what kind of help you need, it could be somebody as just sitting there giving you support emotionally, or sometimes all you probably just need is somebody just to listen to you, sit there and just listen to you, for you to vent or whatever, and I feel like when you figure out the type of help that you need and you ask for that help, and you get it, man, you get the courage enough to be like, okay, you know what? It didn't solve my problem, but at least, I got a different perspective or a different route I can approach. Or simply, this person gave me the courage, so now I can face my fucking problem.
Well, I agree with you, but I think a lot of times when people ask for help, they expect them to take away the problem.
Yes.
So, hey, that's your problem, motherfucker. Yeah. Yes, what you got to deal with. They're just trying to see how they can better support and assist. That's why I was saying support and assist. Yes. How can they support and assist you, right? Yep. You're the one on the playing field. They're just in the bleachers. They can't come and run the ball for you.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
But at the same time, we expect when we ask for help that motherfucker puts down his nachos, comes down all the flights of stairs, suits up, takes the ball from us, and runs it for the touchdown for ourselves, right?
Doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way, bro. A lot of times when I've asked for help, I'm asking somebody like, and I've been guilty of it, bro. But I sometimes I'm like, well, what do I do? And I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, fuck. Now we both don't know what to do. I said, but we both don't know what to do together, though, right? And so I think the thing is that some people don't realize like what it is to ask for help. Some people don't know what help they need, right? And a lot of times when people ask for help, they have expectations on the help.
Yes.
It's like, hey, dog, this is a one-time deal, bro. Don't think that, you know what I mean? Like, every fucking week I'm going to be doing this shit and helping you, right? Because, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to get tedious and you're not going to be able to learn how to deal with your shit, right?
Yeah.
If I'm, like, sometimes I'll do this with some people and I'll tell them my finances, my financial struggles, my financial insecurities. I'm not expecting them to give me money. I'm not expecting them to take away my bills.
Of course.
I'm just trying to fucking, like you said, I need an ear just so I can bounce that shit off, because sometimes the help I need is just to get the shit out, and I just need somebody to be receptive to it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think sometimes after I have like that vent session, after I bounce off some people, whoo, man, I feel so much fucking better, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the things that I've kind of noticed, right? And a lot of people have. I mean, let's get real. Once I do ask for help, I have that little fucking, like, that little shame and guilt, that little, oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's called humbling yourself, man.
And it doesn't feel good.
Hell no, that shit sucks as fuck, motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but hey, guess what? So at some point, we gotta be humble.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, bro, like, a lot of times, especially like in this year, I've been noticing, I'm like, man, people's lives would have been different if they would have asked for help, bro. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Some of y'all might know some people from your past. Maybe even in your own life, man. Yeah. You might have been like, hey, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Life would have been a little different if I would have asked for a little bit of help or something. And like I said, you have to start looking at what type of help you need, what areas of your life, whatever. Because some of y'all have problems in multiple different areas of your life, bro. I'm just trying to help you out in one of those motherfucking areas. I'll help you with your tires.
Yep.
You want me to do the whole fucking car? It's above my pay grade. You know what I mean? You know how this works, bro? When I have my clients, they always ask me that shit. Oh. And they come at me like, well, you guys, is there any way that you could tell the director? I'm like, well, will you fucking go talk to him, bro? That's above my pay grade, dog. Like, they think if they tell me some shit, I'm going to change it. They're sober living, and the billing, or this. I go, I just get paid. Like, you know what I mean?
You'd be like, I just run groups, bro. That's it.
That's it. That's all I do is like above my pay grade, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel too.
But I think that, look, everybody, it's the beginning of the year. It's already been kind of grueling here for some people, man. I know it's kind of dragged a little bit, for me, but there's a lot of changes. I had to really pray and think about these changes, but I think it's going to be healthy because we still want to get connected and do our thing, right?
Right.
But I think it's very important, everybody, that we kind of change up the routine right now, right? Especially for this new year, because, especially if you suck at asking for help, try asking for little help.
Oh.
Little help first, right?
Baby step.
Maybe just, hey man, do you mind if I like hit you up once in a while? All right, start with that, right? Because a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to ask for help. But you gotta understand, some of y'all are asking for help in the size of a fucking mountain when this person has a spoon. You know what I mean? Like, you want him to move the whole fucking thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's not what's gonna happen tonight.
It's impossible.
Not tonight, boo-boo. Start asking for little help and learn how to do that, bro. Learn how that feels. Learn how that kind of helps you out to understand certain things, right? And try it. I mean, try little help shit. And it doesn't have to be, like I said, financial or whatever. But be like, hey, man, just want to bounce something off of you. All right? Start with that. Fuck it, right? Because right there, he's helping you by letting you in here. You know what I mean? Later on, you do it to somebody else, whatever. So you start building that skill of asking for help, right? I think a lot of people don't do that because a lot of shit's like kind of fucking them off, right? A little bit. But, it's very important, y'all, that you understand that we're in a new year. We're still trying to howl at life. Asking for help, man. You know what I mean? It's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time to understand it. Now, where we at, Frankie? What time we got?
54.
All right, so we're going to end up with this, but I'm going to do some last phrases. We'll start with Frankie and me, and then we'll end up this motherfucker. And again, we're going to start doing this episode once a month. So this is the February deal. Just to let you know, 2025. Got it. Hit us up at the end of March. We'll do another episode and kind of get to this and just kind of see what everything's going on. So, any closing words on this? Then I have a closing word as well.
Just Wolfpack out there, man. Like we talked about today. I just asking for help, man. Just take the courage, man, to take that step forward, man. I know for me, sometimes it's not easy, but just practicing, start little by little, like he said, man, take baby steps. I know I did, and once I started, now, I'm getting better at it, you know what I mean? And it just goes with you, it just grows, man. So just try to learn that skill, man. And like he said, if you're struggling, hit us up. We're more than willing to listen and talk to you guys.
Yeah, I like that. And just to let everybody know, look, like I always been repeating in this and that, you have a destination to go. If you're still howling at life, you're still in life, and you're trying to get that howl, then you still got a lot more howl left in you, right?
Yes.
Some days are going to be better than others, and some days are going to suck, man. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you, even on the good days, I need help, because I need help how to freaking like really accept and know that I deserve those good days.
Yes.
Some days that struggle, you know what the struggle is like, man. I'm going to need those motherfucking people to carry me through it, right? Yeah. But if you're going to start working on asking for help, very important, y'all, right? You have to be open to it.
Ooh. Please
be receptive to the help. It might not be the way that you want it. It might not be in the words and the approach and the way it's delivered, right? It doesn't mean it's not helpful.
Yep.
You just might be getting a little butthurt because they're saying it in a fucking way that you don't like.
Yep.
Okay, I know we're all guilty of it.
Yes, we are.
But at the same time, it's time to be receptive. Not only ask for help, but be receptive to help. It might not be in the shape or the form that you want, but it doesn't mean it won't benefit you at some point. Okay? So please, 2025, let's start rocking this, man. We want to make it to the next month. Hopefully everybody leave a comment, like, subscribe, follow us on social medias, all that kind of good stuff. We'll see you in the next month for another episode of Howling at Life, everybody. Thanks for rolling with us, everybody, and being so wonderful to us here. All right, y'all. Boom. See you, everybody.